Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Game Time Decision. Today's Friday, January 27th, and I'm your host, Detroit Lenny, joined with my two favorite knuckleheads as usual, Nick and Tim Earl from Earl Sports Bets. How we doing, gentlemen? We ready to talk some football? We're going to talk a lot of football today on the show.
Yes.
We're also going to go through NBA, NHL, injury report quickly. There's not a lot of games in the NBA, decent slate in the NHL. Which I'll tell you what, hockey's been weird this week. That's all I'll say. I've made money. I'm not going to complain about
You ain't kidding.
I mean, this is like I made my at the end of the day. I'm up money for the week. I was looking at this last night, but I'm not. But if you would have asked me, I would have thought I was down a lot of money. But I looked at the note. I'm really,
Just looking at it, the last couple days, the Ducks cashed as a $3 dog. Blackhawks cashed as a $3 dog. The Blue Jackets cashed as a $3 dog on Wednesday. Like, we've had some pretty big underdogs come through, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I've noticed is like when the dogs hit, they all come barking. It's not one or two here and there.
Last night was crazy because depending on the line you got, even money for the Lightning. The Nashville Predators were plus 115 range, plus 165, plus 170 range with the Sabres, plus 350 range with the Blackhawks, plus 350 range for the Ducks, plus 140 range for the Coyotes. And every single underdog cashed a plus 1.5 last night. The ones that lost, Montreal in overtime, depending the Penguins in a shootout.
Yep.
The Flyers in overtime. And that's it. All them.
And the day before that, it was under.
Yes.
And so tonight, I'm on some totals, but whatever. Yes. That's NHL.
I want to focus more on totals than sides right now because there's so many games going to overtime right now, and I don't feel like having to deal with 3-on-3 coin tosses, which I suck at this year.
I got a whole opinion on 3-on-3 overtimes. I'm not a fan. I think it should be 4-on-4, and it should be 10 minutes before we go to a shootout. Yeah. And then this way you get 4-on-3 hockey at some point if there's a penalty. That's my whole whatever. That's a whole nother thing. Let's talk about some. Let's talk about some NBA because Tim Earl wants to. He wants to because he loves as much as he loves the NHL talk. He loves the NBA talk.
This slate's kind of garbage.
A little bit more. It is. It's trash, bro.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Well,
tomorrow looks like an okay slate, but
that's fine. Hey, it's a Friday show, so if there's anything that stands out to you on Saturday and Sunday from NBA or NHL, bring it up in this and then in your segment.
Oh yeah, there's. I'm definitely looking at one play already for tomorrow.
I know.
There's a little hint for it.
The Plus Money Tour, as Tim Earl calls it.
The Plus Money Tour makes its final stop in Minnesota.
Yeah, we're 100% on the Sabres over the Mild all day. But let's talk some NBA real quick. Tim Earl, break it down for us. NBA, and then Nick Earl's going to break down the NHL, and then we're going to talk football and a lot of it. But we'll go through the NBA and the NHL for tonight and this weekend.
Let's do it. We'll start off. We got a 5-game slate. Milwaukee, Indiana. Giannis is probable tonight. He's on the injury report, but he's probably going to play. Halliburton saw practicing in the non-contact part of practices, so he is starting to make his way back, but he is not going to be in quite yet. Bobby Portis is going to be out for at least 2 weeks. Miles Turner's got a question mark next to his name. Other than that, everybody else should be good to go in this one. I kind of stayed away from this game. Memphis and Minnesota, the rematch of one of the playoff series last year. That was a fun series to watch. Karl-Anthony Towns remains out. He has no timetable on his return, and that was an article about 3 days ago. So not looking good for Karl-Anthony Towns. Desmond Bane on the question mark. Rudy Gobert is on a question mark. Steven Adams is out for tonight's game. My best bet's on the side. I lean towards an over. Didn't bet the total. My best bets, obviously, on the sides. Battle of Florida, Orlando, and Miami. There's not really any injuries that really mean anything in this game. I lean towards Orlando getting a bunch of points. Did I bet it? No, I didn't. Which means Orlando will probably win outright tonight. Oklahoma City and Cleveland are going to go at it. Mitchell is doubtful for tonight's game. No Dort and no Polinsky, but those guys haven't played for a while anyway, so I'm not really too hung up on that. I'm on the Thunder tonight. You get a Thunder team that's a pick'em against a team that's 10 games over 500. Give me Oklahoma City. Final game of the night is Toronto and Golden State, and no real significant injuries. Andrew Wiggins is considered questionable. I didn't bet it. I lean Golden State. Not really interested in that game. I got my 2 plays today. It's kind of a light slate. Hey, not all the slates are good.
Hey, listen. I mean, it's you can't have the most favorable matchups every night of the week. That's why we ride this roller coaster. All right, Nicaro, NHL.
Yes. We're going to kick it on off here. The Ottawa Senators are at the Toronto Maple Leafs. Antoine Forsberg, Matt Murray, your confirmed goaltenders for this one here. For Ottawa, Formanton, Campbell, Mott, Norris, Zub, all remain out. On Toronto, there's some big news. We'll start with the not so big news. Robertson, Muzzin, Brody are all out. The big name now, Austin Matthews, is going to be missing anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks. He will not be part of the All-Star Game festivities or anything like that. He'll be out for a few weeks. I'm on the team total over for the Ottawa Senators. That's where I went with this one, team total over 2.5. LA and Florida, Phoenix Copley, Alex Lyon are your confirmed goaltenders for this one. Velarde, Grundstrom, Kaliev, Moore remain out for the Kings. Spencer Knight, Bobrovsky are both out for the Panthers, as well as Anthony Duclair and Patrick Hornquist. I just like goals in this game. I got over 6 at $1.23 for this matchup. Next matchup, Detroit Lenny's Red Wings taking on my New York Islanders. For the Red Wings, Hellberg is expected in net. Sorokin for the Islanders. Zadina is out for the Red Wings. For the Islanders, Wallstrom, Fashing, Clutterbuck, Noah Dobson. They did get some reinforcements back a couple games ago, or last game with Palmieri and Pellich. That was great to see this team start to get healthier. This is a team, though, that has scored less than 3 goals in 11 straight games, or 10 of their 3 or less goals in like 11 straight games or something like that. They've lost 6 in a row, 9 of their last 10, and they're laying $1.85. Get out of here with that. There's no reason the Islanders should be laying that type of number. I got the Red Wings here, plus 157, and the team total under 3.5 for the Islanders. I'm just going to challenge the Islanders to actually score goals tonight. So that's where I'm going for that one. Wings and the under team total for New York. Vegas Golden Knights and the New York Rangers. Aiden Hill confirmed. Igor Shesterkin expected. We could have a Yaroslav Halak sighting tonight, so keep an eye out for that. No big injuries for the New York Rangers. For the Vegas Golden Knights, they're a little bit banged up. White Cloud, Patrick, Stone remain out. They are getting a little bit healthier. This one was a complete pass for me. I really don't have any interest between Vegas and New York. San Jose Sharks and the Carolina Hurricanes. Antti Raanta takes on the former Carolina Hurricane, James Reimer. Both confirmed in net. Nudavara, Semek, Kunin remain out for the Sharks. Slavin is questionable. Gardner, Kashe remain out, and Pasquarelli is going to be out the rest of the year. I like the over in this game, over 6.5, and I like the Sharks team total over as well. This Carolina Hurricanes team has been playing a lot more over hockey as of late. So over San Jose and Carolina. New Jersey and Dallas, Jake Ottinger, Vitek Vanacek. No injuries for the Stars. Moreno for the Devils. I just took the under 6 in this game. I expect a low-scoring matchup here for this one. I like Ottinger, and Vanacek is the better of the 2 goalies. I know it's the second half of a back-to-back for the New Jersey Devils. This Stars team has been playing a lot of under hockey as of late, so I'm going under 6 in that one. Columbus and Vancouver. We have the Blue Jackets, and we
by the
have
Vancouver Canucks.
the Canucks. Jonas Corposalo is confirmed. I'm expecting Spencer Martin. It could be Colin Delia. List of injuries here. Nyquist, Texier, Bean, Chinnikov, Voracek, Werenski, all remain. Dan Forth also remain out for the Blue Jackets. Ethan Bear is questionable, as well as Rathbone is questionable for Vancouver. And they're missing Pearson and Pullman, and of course Thatcher Demko. I like the over in this game. It feels like in the NHL this year it's pretty simple. It feels like one of the guarantees in life: death, taxes, and Vancouver going over the total. That's just the way it is. Over 6.5, Vancouver and Columbus. Lean towards the Blue Jackets a little bit. In this one, if it was going to be Merge Leakins, I would have leaned towards the Canucks, but it's a lean towards the Blue Jackets there. Final matchup here. My best bet is in this game as well. I love this game. The Calgary Flames are at the Seattle Kraken. Daniel Vladar is expected. I'm kind of guaranteeing he's going to go tonight with Markstrom going last night. Martin Jones on the opposite side. It's good. It's just Killington and Tenev who are out for the Flames. Some injuries on the side of Seattle. They're not 100% healthy. Schultz, Donskoy, Shane Wright, Schwartz is questionable for this game. And the front runner for the Calder Trophy right now will not be available the next couple of games before the All-Star break. Matty Beniers is hurt right now, and he will not be playing in tonight's game. So this is why I like this game so much. We have the Calgary Flames, or we have the Seattle Kraken. They're at home. They have the rest advantage. They're playing the Flames, who are coming in on a second half of a back-to-back after getting blown out 5-1 yesterday against the Chicago Blackhawks. And they're only $1.10 favorites. Something don't smell right here. It smells a little fishy. Give me the Flames. And if you're feeling a little frisky, puck line them. They win by multiple goals tonight. Give me the Flames in this matchup here. Final matchup of the night. That is it for today's NHL slate. Back to you guys.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Definitely from the NHL. I'm trying to click my mouse. Whatever. All right, so that's that. This is Game Time Decision. Let's jump over to the chat. Say hi to some people. Some people saying hi, Nick. Evening. Today's card is trash. Random. Supposedly Flames 1-7 without
Tanev,
just like it says. But I'm on them. Yeah. The NHL, I like a lot. I like some totals tonight.
Focus more on totals going forward. A lot of draws are going to be, so I don't want to deal with overtimes.
And especially with the All-Star game coming up, does that play into your capping now? I mean, I know it's a little bit away. I mean, we're not. When's the All-Star?
We're probably like a week. I think we're a week and a half away from the All-Star break.
Yeah. So I mean, probably closer to that. I'll start just adjusting for totals and stuff, kind of there. But I've done really well on totals in the NHL as opposed to sides, and I know why. Because I know I like to take the juice, and I know I try not to take the juice. So I overthink it, and then I try to get on the right side or whatever. So the totals, I like the totals. It's value. You can find some good value on some totals.
I was looking back at I was looking at it yesterday. Going back, looking at
what's up, Brad?
My analytics for the NHL this year, and my totals have a positive ROI, and my sides have a negative ROI. My most positive ROI bets this year, even though the NHL feels like a really high-scoring league, unders. I have like a 13% ROI betting unders this year.
You want to know why? And I thought about this. Actually, last night I was thinking, I was kind of going over my hockey as well. And I think it's strictly because when we see an under, we like hard on that under. Like, you know what I mean? So for me, like I ain't got no problem. If I love it under, throwing 2 units on that sumbitch. I will go harder on that. As opposed to if I'm a little iffy on some sides And if I do a lot of plus money stuff, then I'll just throw like half units at it or something like that. Yeah, that's me personally. But
Yeah.
you
Let me take
what
a
do I
look. Kind of want to see real quick what the numbers are for the NHL league trends here this season.
Yeah,
There has been, yeah, actually, when we look at it here, unders are hitting at 51.3% this year.
right.
377 and 358.
And plus I think also, last year before, we saw a lot of 5.5, 6s.
Yes.
Now we're seeing 6.5.
6.5.
6.5 is the new 5.5.
Yes.
5 years ago, it was 5.5 was a staple. Now 6.5. And so with that, you're going to see more 6s. 6s normally would be an under cash. Now 6 is an under, or an over cash. Now it's an under cash at 6.5. So you're seeing the lines, I think, adjust as well. But we come here to do one thing today. Besides this, we came here.
Before we jump into that, I want to mention one thing in terms of this.
Oh yes,
because there was a big one, especially to me and Nick, because the Flying Squirrel gets to be in New York for at least 4 more years.
I love that. I love the nickname.
Jeff McNeil, 4 years, $50 million with the Mets, with an option of a 5th year. I
saw that earlier on Twitter and thought of you guys right away.
Yeah. I figure I mentioned that real quick because I saw that and we got excited about it today.
That's fair. That leads right into Brad's comment here. I saw him on Morning Wood earlier. Nick gave him a shout out. I saw that. I heard that. Nick, when you go, hey, Brad. And I was like, oh, it's Brad.
It's Brad.
Brad. Are you ready for MLB? Yeah, bro.
Before that, I'm ready for the World Baseball Classic.
Yes, I'm ready for college baseball. And I don't think I've ever said that. And really, meant it. Me and Tim talked about it the other day on a show or somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it was this show. I don't know. We do so much together. We're always on shows. But I can't remember where we were talking about this, but I'm excited for college baseball. And we did okay on college baseball last year. So one untouchable gamer has some Australian Open tennis plays for everybody. I'm going to leave that on the screen while Tim tells us why we should be excited for college baseball.
Because there's money to be made.
Boom!
Yeah, we bet it. We bet it.
Wrong. I'm sorry. Going to the judges in my ear. What's that? No, wrong. It is we are going to make some money in college baseball.
Okay. Especially
Jeopardy rules, bro.
Especially with the Pirates of East Carolina. Let's get it. That's the one sport we're good at. We're ranked.
Hey,
they're ranked.
Know
they're
your lane.
Season ranked. There you go. ECU to win the College World Series.
Know your lane. Get in it. Stay in it. ECU Pirate baseball. They got one sport that they're really, really good at, and that's it. It's a stick with the ball. Brandon says you got a new general manager, Astros?
Yeah, lucky guy got to leave the Braves.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into football. We've spent 18 minutes and 30 seconds talking about sports that really aren't as good as these two games. I'm just kidding. All right, so here's what we got. We got NFC Championship, got AFC Championship Sunday, 29th of January. Eagles favored by 2.5. Over-under, I got at 46. Right before the show started, an hour or so before, these are the lines I got. Just seem pretty even across the board. Shop your lines, though. Chiefs minus 1.5. Over-under's 4.5. 47. And I almost said 4.5. Take the over. Over under 47.5. The over is a lock at 4.5. I'm just telling you right now. And then
we finished the game 3-0 Bengals.
Oh,
wow, what the heck happened here?
Could you imagine? But so we're gonna kind of go around the horn here, just so we're all not yelling over each other. The Grinch says Bengals, 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 and that's all. So let's start. We'll go clockwise. We'll start Tim Earl because you're on my clock. We'll go around, touch base on. Let's just talk NFC for a second, and then we'll go around the horn for the AFC. Talk to me about NFC. What you got?
All right, everybody sing with me. Ready now? Die, Eagles, die. Oh, my bad. I'm
Tim,
taking the Niners.
I don't think we can say that. It's the national bird, for Christ's sake.
Oh, I don't care.
Just saying.
No, I like the Niners. I think that they're a stronger team or stronger defense. I know it's Brock Purdy. Everybody's loving. Not everybody does not like Brock Purdy. For whatever reason, everybody. I mean, it's obvious he's a rookie quarterback. It's his first road playoff game. It's gonna be a very difficult spot for him. I'm gonna keep riding with Big Cock Brock. He hasn't lost me a game yet. We're gonna keep riding with him. I think it's gonna be a lower scoring game. If you like if you like the Niners, you're gonna lean towards an under. If you like the Eagles, you're thinking they drop 35 points on them, and that's why it goes over. In my opinion,
That's fair. That's fair. Give you your due.
If Niners win, it goes under. If Eagles win, it go over. So there you go.
Okay. All right, Nick Earl.
And then when Cincinnati heads to Burrowhead, sorry. Burrowhead. I'm taking the Bengals.
I can't wait to text my buddy who's a huge my buddy out here, my buddy Ed. Shout out because I know he watches. I know he's working right now, and I know he watches shows later. Ed Mendenhall, when your Chiefs play Joe Burrow at Burrowhead, just want to say that to you out loud.
So for the two games, we got die Eagles die, and we got who dey.
Okay, so you're on the Eagles. I mean, I'm not sorry, the Niners and the Bengals. All right,
Niners and the Bengals. Like I've been saying for a while.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're pretty much on the same things all week. I mean, we've been preaching the same thing. I'm interested with this guy's take, though. He's always got some freaking weird ass angle. Hot seat, Nick Girl. You're in it.
Well, I did say that the matchup I'm going to pick was the matchup I picked 2.5 weeks ago before the playoffs started as my realistic Super Bowl matchup. And I'm not going to stray from it. Starting it off, I did not play the side in that Philly game. I like the 49ers. Did not play the side, and that's mainly because heading into this game, I do have San Fran plus 300 to win the NFC. I do have a ticket for that. So I'm probably not going to double down on that. I'm probably just going to ride that out. But one thing I noticed with this matchup here is everybody's hyping up the defenses. They're shooting down Brock Purdy and all that. I think this game goes over the total. And when we see this here, this has some tricky line movement as well because 57% of the tickets are on the under. 77% of the cash is on the under. This opened up at 45.5. It's gone up to 46 and 46.5. The books are going, oh, you like the under. Interesting. We'll keep taking your under money. When the Niners drop 27 points and probably a 27-21, 27-24 type of game here, and I do think the over can happen in a 49ers win. I like the overs in both games this weekend, but I like the over in this game because it feels like just that contrarian play as well, where everybody's loving the under in this matchup. And I'm just seeing it the opposite way. We see two offenses that can put up points, very dynamic weapons on San Fran. Yeah, they have Brock Purdy, who is a question mark heading into this game. But you have Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell running the football. You have Deebo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk, receivers. And you get one of the better tight ends in the league in George Kittle. They could put up some points. On the other side, Jalen Hurts has been really good running the ball and throwing the ball. Sanders as well. Throw Boston Scott in there if you want to. They have one of the best dynamic duos for wide receivers with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. They got Dallas Goedert, one of the best tight ends in the league. These are two good offenses that I think can put up some points as well. And there are some weaknesses that these offenses can exploit because the Eagles are about league average allowing rushing yards. So the 49ers can run the ball down their throat. And the 49ers, their defense struggles through long passes, which I think they can definitely be able to do with that offensive weapons that they have in Philadelphia. So I do like over the total here with Philadelphia and San Fran. Over 46.5 is what I got it at. And then for the second game here, I do like the over as well. I got the over 48. I see a healthier Mahomes than people may anticipate. And I see two offenses that can really that can put up some points in this game. So I do like the over in both games this weekend. Plus, what did we see last week? We saw 4 unders in the divisional round. So I think a lot of people are going back to the well with unders this week. Maybe the Super Bowl is the under to look at, the Super Bowl under, which is so much fun to bet. But for me, I like the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs at a pick'em price, -110. And I just want to give a super special thank you to the media for blowing up the Patrick Mahomes situation way more than it probably needs to be. So I could have got the Chiefs at a pick'em price here instead of -3. So thank you for doing that. For when he's fully healthy and the Chiefs win this game by a touchdown, then we'll be good. So I like the Chiefs in this game. I like the Chiefs in the over. I think that Mahomes is probably going to be healthier than people are hyping it up to be. And I also had a teaser for when the media overreacted and they got into the plus points. I got the Chiefs at 7.5 and the Niners at 9. So I have a little teaser there as well. And you can do the same thing with the Bengals, getting them up and over a touchdown, because that is a positive EV. This is really easy this week. It's a positive EV teaser. You can get the Bengals and the Niners right now. You can get the Bengals, both of them through the 3 and through the 7. So there's teasers available out there for depending on when you bet it for both. You could have had
I'm on
Bengals
both ways.
you could have had Bengals up to an 8.5 and Chiefs up to 8.5 if you bet it at the right time with the Niners in a teaser. So that's kind of where I'm looking at for this one here. Over in the NFC game, leaning towards the Niners. Maybe going to add the Niners team total at 21.5. I think that's a decent look. Lean Niners as well. I'm going to ride out my future here. And I like the over in the Cincinnati game and the Chiefs money line.
All right. I'm putting myself here. Here's you hit the nail on the head with what I was about to say is I have I have probably 4 or 5 teasers. Actually, I think I have 5 different ones for this game. I don't think either game is decided by more than a touchdown, to be honest with you. As far as the totals go, I tease both up and I tease both under. I don't think we get to I don't think we get to 50s, like maybe 52, like really low 50s, but I don't think we get to mid 50s. I think we get over 40. Now I'm probably trying to get a little too intricate here, but I got 3 football games left to bet in my lifetime while I'm still in my 40s. Because I turned 50.
I was about to say, what's going on, Lenny? You all right?
No, I got 3 football games to bet still. So, this is a depressing time for Detroit, Lenny. And I just referred to myself as a third person, but whatever. I just, football's ending, so I'm on both ways. I'm on the Chiefs and I'm on the Bengals plus 8.5. Like I said, touchdown. I'm on more stuff on the AFC than I am on the NFC. I'm trying to lean the right way. But I got a future on every one of these teams to win the Super Bowl except the Eagles. Which makes me a little nervous, but we missed our mark there. But I still believe, I've been saying this all year, and I said this at when come playoff time, I think the Eagles have peaked too soon. And I think that's the case. Where the Bengals, to use that example, the Bengals are peaking, man, they are in playoff form. And the Chiefs, I know the media blew out the ankle injury and overinflated it and all that because it's Patrick Mahomes. But I think you see these quarterbacks, all 4 of them, are the future of the NFL, especially the ones in the AFC. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers on the way out, if not already. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, they are the face of the NFL. And I think we're going to see that in this game right here is probably your Super Bowl. Probably the best out of the last 3 games left. That's just my opinion. They're always good games. I will give you a little trending stats between the two, though, that I looked up here. The under is 4-0 in the last 4 meetings. Niners played the Eagles, and 7-3 against the spread to the favorite. I still like the Niners here. Eagles struggle to stop the run, straight up the gut run. And between Elijah Mitchell and Christian McCaffrey, Kyle Shanahan has no problem running the ball 98% of the game and letting Brock Purdy not lose the game. Brock Purdy doesn't have to win you the game. Brock Purdy has to not lose you the game. There's a big difference there. And Jalen Hurts, I've yet to see this Eagle team really struggle and play from behind a lot. So if they do in a grinded out type game, I worry about that Eagles team. So I'm kind of lean. I'm just going to take the Niners. I'm just going to take all the points. Same thing. I think it's decided within a touchdown. Taking the Niners here. I already talked about this game here. As far as touchdown props, because I do a lot of those. I know you should be on the lookout for Nick Earl's 3 prop drops, 3 player props from these 2 games here. He gave you 3 free ones in a free pick coming out on picksandparlays.net. Shameless plug. But there's some good ones there. Also, shout out Terry Edelman gave out a 2-team parlay in this 2 games, touchdown props. I really like those. One that I mentioned in the video with Nick Earl is Elijah Mitchell. I think that he could get some touches here because I think Kyle Shanahan's going to run the shit out of that ball and run it right up the Eagles' throat. And if they're going to do that, you can't do that with Christian McCaffrey. He's got to be healthy for the Super Bowl. He's got to finish the game. He's got to stay healthy at this point. And you want to preserve that. So I like the Elijah Mitchell prop. That's all I got.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed with these two matchups, and you mentioned it with the quarterbacks on the KC Cincinnati side, I think the way the teams are set up, the NFC is set up way better than when the Super Bowl than the AFC is right now. Because when we look at it here, the Chiefs, we're starting to see this a little bit with their receiving core. I mean, their receiving core is still fine, but you're starting to see the effect of them having to pay Mahomes as much as they have to pay him. Mm-hmm. Similar to the Bengals. Bengals are still very good. But when we look at this matchup right here, look how much they're paying these 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, nothing over here to everything with Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow about to get the bag.
The AFC is the showcase of 2 of the best quarterbacks in football. I think number 1 and number 2 right now. Number 1 and number 2, Mahomes and Burrow. I think Mahomes is still the best quarterback in football. Fight me over it. He has the better statistics behind it.
Honestly, flip a coin, in my opinion.
No, it's not particularly close. And I get it. The people are going to say that the Bengals have won the Bengals have won the last 3 games by a combined 9 points against them. They've won by 3 points each in those games. So it's not like they've blown them out. It's not like they've won by margin. They're winning on last second, which KC's led, I believe, heading into the 4th quarter in all 3 of these games. So KC's always been leading in these games, and they've been playing well in them. So it is what it is. And then when we look at this matchup right here, these are the 2 most well-rounded teams in football. And that's because they're paying less than $1 million each, or they're paying less than like $2 million each for their quarterbacks. So that money is able to spread around the entire team.
It's a great point.
This matchup right here is the exact reason why you need to win when your quarterbacks are in a rookie contract year.
You got 5 years.
You got 5 years with your quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. I agree. And that's just how the NFL is now. You sign these rookies, they're like, depending on where they're drafted, it's their contract is just set. There is no, you can mess around with incentives here and there and adjust contracts, but realistically, the pay scale is the same. So Joe Burrow is about to get the bag, like big bag, like Patrick Mahomes.
And once he gets the big bag, Goodbye, Bengals Super Bowl runs.
Here, yeah, and the reason is there's only so much money to spread around, and if you're giving
your
a chunk of it to one player,
you want to keep Burrow and Jamar Chase and Joe Mixon? You want to keep these offensive weapons? Your defense is going to suck.
Example, Exhibit A, your prime example, Tyreek Hill. You had Patrick Mahomes, you had Tyreek. Look at you. You won a Super Bowl, right? You did all that. Then you had to pay Patrick Mahomes. And Tyreek still wants his money. Tyreek bounced his ass to Miami. Patrick got paid. Tyreek got paid. But now they're not together. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, you know, and so you got to build around them. I think all four of these quarterbacks stick around in the NFL for years. This isn't the last time we're talking about them, I think, in the next 5 years. I'm sold on Brock Purdy. He ain't the purdiest, but he's the one I'm leaving with at the dance. Okay? So
I got an interesting question. Who's your starting quarterback in San Fran if, hypothetically speaking, the Niners go win the Super Bowl this year?
I think the Bengals win the Super Bowl out of these four teams. Let me just say that. But I think it's Bengals Niners. That would be the best payout for Detroit, Lenny. Okay, it just either one of those. But listen, Brock Purdy has earned himself as if he goes out Sunday and loses to the Eagles, Brock Purdy, in my opinion, is starting the quarterback week 1 for the 49ers next year.
So are you what about Trey Lance? You just traded a ton of capital.
You fucked up with Trey Lance. I don't know what to tell you. He can't stay healthy.
What about Jimmy Garoppolo? Are you going to trade Garoppolo or are you going to trade Lance?
To your point, 5 years, Brock Purdy at Mr. Irrelevant, pick number 262. I mean, shit. We might be making more than combine our salary. I don't know what league minimum is, but Brock Purdy's making league minimum, like $250K a year. Like, he ain't making that much money. So you take Brock Purdy. You trade away. Jimmy G's a great backup. You already tried to trade him. You're not going to trade. He's not going to get anything for him.
You know how much they're paying Brock Purdy? You want to know what his contract is?
Yes.
He signed a 4-year contract with the 49ers for $3.7 million. He's making on average $934,000 a year.
So there you go. He's $1 million guy. You know, $900K. Like, so I'm just saying, you're going to listen. If he wins you a Super Bowl, you readjust that contract. Okay.
Can you imagine the 49ers have a problem that the NFL dreams it could have?
You would love it.
If you're the San Francisco 49ers, your problem is we have way too many good starting caliber quarterbacks. Like, what the?
So here's your thing. What I do if I'm a 49er GM.
Garoppolo and Lance can start on other teams.
Yeah.
The Jets would love Garoppolo. The Texans would love Garoppolo. There's a bunch. The Colts would love Garoppolo. The Falcons would love Garoppolo.
God damn. Come on. Yes. Yeah. Indianapolis.
You can throw Trey Lance in there too. The Jets, that would be an upgrade for the Jets. That would be an upgrade for the Texans. Trey Lance.
Trey Lance in an Indianapolis Colts uniform. I still believe Trey Lance can do damage in the NFL, but I don't think he's that your team, you're not going to win anything with him. But let me say, you mentioned the Jets. We haven't
seen anything from Trey Lance yet.
You mentioned the Jets.
Potential. They traded all that draft capital for a reason. He has potential.
I know. The Jets signed offensive coordinator from the Packers, I believe, hired, which
Nathaniel Hackett.
I'm sorry, from Denver, right?
Yeah.
So he has a relationship here, and I meant to bring this up because I read this like 2 days ago in some article for Tim. Has a big time relationship with the Packers as well, and Aaron Rodgers specifically.
Yes.
Tim Earl might get his wish, and Aaron Rodgers in a Jets uniform.
I know a lot, and no matter what, if the Jets go and sign Aaron Rodgers, they signed old man Aaron Rodgers. Jets go sign Derek Carr. They signed Derek Carr. He's trash. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They're going to hate him.
Sign
right.
Jimmy Garoppolo. They signed Jimmy Garoppolo. He can't stay healthy. Yeah. They're not going to be able to win with whoever they get.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's going to say "lol Jets."
Well, it's pretty simple. We're gonna say "lol Jets" when they go ahead and sign Carson Wentz. Oops, I said it.
Why would you put that in the universe, bro? No, my
Carson
point
Wentz
though,
from
is
the
San
Jets.
Francisco
Nick,
49er.
Stepping on a Lego.
No
Twice.
socks on, and then step in a puddle with socks on.
Yeah. If you're a Niner general manager, okay, if you're John Lynch, general manager of San Francisco 49ers, you're sleeping good tonight. You're sleeping good. Because here's why. You have 3 young quarterbacks that I think can play or start in other teams. So you have trade value. You have money now, and you have prospects because you have trade value. Keep Brock Purdy, sign a veteran quarterback, honestly, somebody that as a backup. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Carson Wentz, or keep one of them. Trade away, spend the money you would be spending on a top tier quarterback, and what are you going to do? How do you make that defense better? I mean, there's always ways to get better. Don't get me wrong. They have the best defense in the league. They have weapons around him now with Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, all that. They have weapons around him. He's done it the right way in San Francisco. I really like what they've done.
And here's the sad part about this entire thing, where we're saying what the Niners said. Oh yeah, they have too many good quarterbacks, whatever. The thing is, they could perfectly keep all 3. You know why? This team has $16 million in cap space heading into next season as well. So this team has cap space, and they've got
trade value.
They're only spending about $99 million on their offense and 105 on their defense. So they have
pretty good balance
on their special teams. They've got $16.5 million in cap space next year, with their biggest cap hit being Trent Williams.
Out of all 4 of these teams listed right here,
the 49ers have the best future.
I was just saying, the next 5 years, if you have to tell me who out of these 4 teams, just these 4, not the other 28 in the league, just these 4, in the next 5 years, I would say
49ers.
Niners win more Super Bowls or have a better
chance at winning
record or winning more however you want to word it, than any of the
Niners.
4. And I think
the Niners out of anybody in football, including all the teams that are eliminated right now.
Yeah.
Bro.
Okay.
No.
Come on.
I would say my Jets too, but no. I know. I mean, Jets may have 2 rookie of the years, but that's not the point. If I had to look at the 4 teams right here of who's going to have the brightest future the next 5 years, Niners, Eagles, Bengals, Chiefs. Out of the 4 of them here, just because the Chiefs are going to have to cut more players, Bengals will eventually have to sign Burrow to a longer deal. If he decides to do that, or Joe Burrow is going to want to get his own, but if he knows,
own Cincinnati if he signs there. Like Patrick Mahomes is never going to play for another place.
No. I think Joe Burrow is going to sign in Cincinnati long term, but I feel like Joe Burrow would be one of the quarterbacks to know, hey, if I sign a monster deal, Jamar Chase is not going to be my wide receiver for the rest of my career.
He's smart enough to do that.
That's what he wants. He wants Jamar Chase to be his dynamic duo his entire career. So I think Joe Burrow would take a little bit less money to make sure he has somebody to throw to, because he might. Joe Burrow can look at Green Bay. Ooh, Aaron Rodgers lost Devontae Adams. I don't want that happening. I need to make sure I cut a little. Maybe instead of getting $15 million a year, I get $12 million or whatever whatever
the current cap hit right now is 11.5.
In the long run, it works out. Seriously, this is business.
Look what Brady did. That's why the Patriots were able to win past that 5-year mark with him.
Yep.
Big picture. Randy Moss able to give Randy Moss all that money in the Patriots. Why? Because he took a pay cut to sign Randy Moss. Now, granted, he didn't win a Super Bowl with him, but I'm just saying. But they went 16-0.
There's a reason why the Patriots
won
what I mean? Super Bowls after that 5-year mark.
Correct.
Yeah. So I mean, you gotta really think of the big picture here. If you win more Super Bowls, you're more marketable. You're more marketable means more marketing, more marketing dollars. You're doing more
advertising,
more sponsorships. You
can make up that little bit of that pay cut you took from the Bengals. Oh, Joe Burrow, I'm going to take $5 million less a year because Well, I'm going to go win a Super Bowl with Jamar Chase here as my dynamic duo because I can keep him because I didn't take a huge pay raise. And then that $5 million, oh yeah, I'll take a sponsorship with, I don't know, just use Patrick Mahomes with State Farm, for example. I'm going to make my money doing State Farm commercials.
Nike,
I'm going to make my money doing Subway commercials. I'm going to make my
money. Whatever he wants to do. I mean, Tom Brady kind of outlined that as well. I mean, TB12, that brand, if you look that up, he makes more off TB12 brand than he ever did playing football. And that's merchandising, clothing wear, athletic wear, sports drinks, energy does this at TB12. That's all you see. So I mean, listen, if you think these guys are playing football for a paycheck, you're missing out. I mean, they're playing for the bigger picture here. So we're talking about these quarterbacks here, young quarterbacks, at this point, Patrick Mahomes is the veteran out of them.
He's the oldest out of the four.
Yeah, he is. And he's got the most experience out of the four as far as this matchup.
And
that's the thing. These guys have been here. These guys have not been here. How does Jalen Hurts perform in an NFC Championship game against the best defense in the league? I'm not necessarily sold on Jalen Hurts. I don't know if his longevity will last because he runs so much, and all it's going to take is one injury, and that'll settle his ass down. And I don't know if his arm can hold him. Like Patrick Mahomes' arm can hold him while his ankle heals. Or Patrick, you know what I mean? It's something like that. Joe Burrow, he's not Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, but that dude will pick you up chunks, 5-10 yards here and there. He ain't got no problem scrambling because he's still young. Brock Purdy has already played Jalen Hurts too, by the way. I wanted to touch base on that. You guys know they already played.
It was Oklahoma and Iowa State. It was 42-41. Yep. It was a regular season game.
42. Thought it was.
You're not going to see something like that again.
I think
Big 12 football.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The Niners are not an automatic under, and yes, they have the best defensive team. Here's why: that offense is explosive. So Christian McCaffrey came on the scene. Last 5 games, yes, they won 19-12 against Dallas, divisional rival, or not divisional rival, but a hard-fought game. Okay. Prior to that, 41 points offensively, 38 points, 37 points, 37 points. They score. Now, granted, it was against shit competition, but the Niners can score and score a lot. 35, 33,
Plus,
38.
Their style of offense just matches up well for the Philly defense, or against the Philly defense, I want to say.
I think they're going to dunk and deke and just chunk play them.
They're going to score 27 points in this game.
I don't have a problem with their team total over.
Yeah. I think the full game goes over as well.
That's how I get to 40. I'm doing 6-point teasers. I got to get to 40, 42 in both games. Like 42 on the
the Niners will get you 27 of them.
That's I think the Eagles can give me 20 as well. I don't think the Niners give me 27. I think this game's like a 24-20.
I think it goes over 46.5. So I'm saying
probably both ways.
27-24.
Okay. That's fair.
It's gonna be a close.
That's fair.
Let's head over to the chat.
Let's head over to the chat.
Sorry for ignoring you guys. We got into a little bit of conversation.
Yeah, we just
blame Lenny.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I went last because I know how I am. Bengals. Taking the Niners against the Eagles. Brad is. Oh, it's called Arrowhead, Tim.
No, it's Burrowhead. It's Burrowhead now.
Hello, friends. Good. God bless everyone. Thank you, Dave. Thank you.
By the way, make sure you guys check out the Nerd and the Turd tonight at 7:30. I'll be joining Dave, and we'll be doing the short show.
Oh, so you're the Turd?
I'm the Turd this week.
You make a pretty turd.
Oh, I'm already ready. I already have one of my turd plays. I just need to figure out the other two.
The flames.
Joe Burrito.
Burrito.
Years. There you go. Joe Burrito owns it. He does own the Chiefs.
Stop saying that. They've won the 3 games by 3 points each. He doesn't own the Chiefs. He wins close games against them.
They're 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 meetings playing the Chiefs.
But he's played Mahomes 3 times. They've been three games,
exactly.
all three. Yeah. They've been 3-point games all 3 times, and the Chiefs have led heading into the fourth quarter. He doesn't own them. He just finishes better.
The easiest thing to say about this game, either one of these, nobody wins by 10 points.
It's a lazy take.
Nobody wins this game by 10 points or more. No, there's no blowouts this weekend. I'm saying it right now.
These games are priced close for a reason.
Yeah. I mean, it's the NFC AFC Championship. So what's going to happen? Burrito Super Bowl. Paul Heyman already predicted the outcome of the NFC Championship. Oh, well, shit. Now, why are we even doing the show? Paul Heyman predicted it. Game on Monday, Eagles get conquered by Brock Purdy in the 40. Listen, you got to tell me. I got features on the Niners. Hey, Mr. Irrelevant turns into Mr. Relevant, Super Bowl MVP. What about Josh Allen? Well, if Josh Allen won a playoff game.
Yeah.
Josh Allen is the next Phillip Rivers.
Oh, that's rude.
Oh.
That's
Am I wrong?
Why would you do that? I don't even like
No, you're right. You're right.
Am I wrong, though?
No, you're not.
Until he can't make it past he can't make it. He's not going to make a Super Bowl. Josh Allen will not make a Super Bowl. They're past their 5-year mark with him.
Yeah, I don't think
the Bills are overrated.
I don't think he plays
as a favorite.
I don't think he plays his career out in Buffalo. And I don't mean like at the end when he just signed somewhere to be a backup for a paycheck. I'm talking about I don't think he starts. I don't think he starts meaningful games for Buffalo for his whole career. Sooner or later, we see Josh Allen in another uniform. I'm not saying I have no idea who.
I don't think McDermott's not going to win a Super Bowl.
No, he's not the answer. That defense has moments, but it's not sustainable. And first of all, run the ball. Buffalo, run the ball.
They don't have that identity.
They don't
have it. Their run game is Josh freaking Allen.
That's not good.
I mean, when you're running backs, Devin Singletary and Nyheim Hines is not going to get the job done. It's not.
No. And speaking of that, to the AFC game, neither one of these teams run the ball as much as they should. Andy Reid is notoriously hates running the ball. Before Patrick Mahomes, you look at Andy Reid's coaching for years back. He's not a runner. His game plan is to chuck that shit out. Spread everybody out. Spread them out so he has space and give his quarterback space. He drafted the perfect quarterback for his system in Patrick Mahomes, and it's obviously paid out. I mean, they won a Super Bowl together. What's good, fellas? What's good, Rocco? What are we thinking about Davidson game? We're going to change gears, college basketball.
What about it? I didn't bet it. The only thing we have bet for tonight is the under in the Detroit Mercy game. For the Davidson, we had it exactly at the line. That's the St. Louis game. Yeah. No, Texans have not gotten anything yet.
No, Texans hired new general manager.
Yeah,
that's who he was talking about.
Oh, the Texans are relevant.
I like Nick's PNP parlays better than Terrence.
I don't do picks and parlays. I do.
I think he meant the props. Joe Burrow smoking Mahomes. There you go. That's harsh, bro. Let's go Eagles.
No, die Eagles.
No one should be signing Wenzel Pretzel.
Correct.
That's correct. I'm excited for football this week. This weekend, Sunday. So we'll see how that shit shapes out. Obviously, we'll be back, talk some Super Bowl. Well, we got lots. We're gonna have to do a whole game time dedicated to just Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, probably on Super Bowl Sunday, the ESB show is gonna be an hour talking about props.
Oh yeah, I already got one play locked in for the Super Bowl. I'll tell you already now. Tails.
I disagree. It heads.
It's heads. You always
Tails
wish for the
fails.
best. Yeah. You always wish for what you want.
Yeah, and then also I saw an interesting video on TikTok for a Super Bowl prop for the halftime show with Rihanna. And I saw this on TikTok, and I thought it was interesting because
you're gonna have a wardrobe malfunction.
No, it's about the first song, and yeah, if you look back at previous years, just look at the artist's last concert before the Super Bowl, and look at their opening song. Most of the time, it's that. Like I saw the couple examples was, couple examples was the last concert that Shakira did before the Super Bowl. Her opening song was She Wolf. She opened up with She Wolf. Katy Perry, her last concert before the Super Bowl, her opening song was Roar. What did she perform first? Roar. So if you're looking for that, do the roar. No, but if you're looking for that answer for Rihanna, the most recent concert that she's done, her opening song was Stay. I don't know if she'll open up with that one, but that
need a little bit more upbeat. I don't even know if I know that song.
But that was the most recent one that.
Listen, I'm a fan.
That YouTube.
No disrespect for any of you Rihanna fans in the chat. Not an overall fan of her music per se.
I may get some heat. I may get some heat for this. Whatever. I was kind of more excited when I heard Taylor Swift was going to do it rather than Rihanna.
T Swiftie.
Come on. Taylor Swift would have been fun, right?
So much hate.
There's better options. That girl's a hater. Don't get me. There are better options out there. But my reaction to when I heard it was T Swift rather than Rihanna, both are okay. They're
I thought last year's
they don't excite me, but I was more interested in Swift rather than Rihanna.
I'll tell you, last year I thought with Dr. Dre and all them was
I'm
a Mary J. I'm a Mary J. But that's the era of music I grew up on, kind of like 90s, gangster rap. I mean, that's what I grew up on, NWA and stuff like that.
That was another one.
And then MJ and Mary Blige, I do bad things. Mary, if you're watching this video, I don't care if my wife's watching either. I do bad things to your body. Okay.
Let's remove Lenny before he says something he regrets. Well, no, that was another example that video gave was the last concert that Dr. Dre did.
Don't let them hold us against
the last concert Dr. Dre did before the Super Bowl, his opening song, and da it's the one and only D-O-double-G. Yeah, that was his first song when he opened up the last song before. So. It's just something to look for.
I like it. I love all those props, man. Me and my buddy.
And I wonder what the odds are for Rihanna to show cleavage because I know that's one every single time, and that's probably a minus 2,000.
God, I hope so. I'll pay the juice. I'll pay the juice. I'm just saying, the juice is worth the squeeze. There's so many bad things to say. You'll pay juice on winners. It's so bad to say all that stuff. The Grinch is going to change the subject, thank God. Rangers really not going to confirm.
The Rangers are annoying. That's why. The Rangers are annoying.
I wanted to bring up one thing for hockey before we head on out. And the main thing is, so you're saying there's a chance. Money Puck is now giving the Buffalo Sabres a 56.8% chance at making the playoffs.
Hold on. Do we even have – is that 2.9 for the win?
2.9% for you guys to make the playoffs.
Look at the
apparently the Bruins are locked in already.
Bruins would have to have a pretty colossal failure in the second half of the season.
But I'm not gonna lie.
When you look at it in the middle.
By the way, the Boston Bruins are on pace to have the best point percentage in NHL history.
Yeah, but if you look at it, look what team it gives to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, they're a really good team.
But what I'm seeing is there's a chance.
What are the teams on the top with 10.1 and 9.1? That's got to be the Leafs and the Oilers, right?
Yeah.
Shocker. Look at Seattle in there, 5.7.
All right, Kraken.
All right, Kraken. Yeah.
They're giving a 97% chance at making the playoffs.
They're leading the Pacific right now.
Fucking Wings. They get to the first ring, and then it disappears.
Oh, yeah. And then the Islanders have a 6%.
Make the second round. No.
Yeah. Islanders, you guys got a 7.
Blow it up. Islanders, blow it up. If their name is not Matthew Barzal, Noah Dobson, or Ilya Sorokin, trade their ass. Start over. Get younger.
Well, I guess that trend is going to die where the Red Wings win the Stanley Cup every year after the Colorado Avalanche this year.
I just figured I saw that on Money Puck. I figured I'd bring it up.
Yeah.
Go Sabres.
That's fair.
And Sabres take down Sabres take down the Mile tomorrow. And if you guys want a basketball prop for tomorrow, Joel Embiid pros against the Nuggets. Joel Embiid got snubbed out of a All-Star game starter.
Oh.
So he's going to be pissed.
Well, I mean, bro, didn't we talk
Embiid's
about this
overrated.
last year, Joel? Didn't we talk about this last year about the MVP talk and shit? You
Oh
can't.
no,
you
he's
gotta
nowhere near
play.
MVP, but he should have been a starter for the All-Star game in the East.
Who's
the
you
starter?
gotta play more?
The star.
Hasn't he been
I think KD
has he
got
not
it.
had injury issues this year?
Kevin
Embiid?
Durant got the center spot.
He's not even healthy.
He's not even
right
a
now.
fucking center.
Him and
I
Giannis
mean-
got the 4 or 5.
Giannis, I understand.
But the biggest
Giannis is
question
the
mark for
Hold
me-
on. Real question. Everybody wants to know in the chat how many Pistons.
None. No starters.
Also, another question for the NBA All-Star Game. Nicholas Earl picks and parlays. Earl Sports Bets announcements here.
Go ahead.
Who gives a fuck?
That's not
Tim
the
Earl,
point.
answer.
That's not the point. Hold on, I'm pulling up.
I
the
could do
All-Star
that all
Game
day, just so you guys know.
NBA All-Star Game.
Oh, Tim hates us.
So that I don't hate you. So that I can pull up exactly what is. So for the Eastern Conference, the captain is Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kevin Durant,
Bless you.
Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, and Kyrie Irving. Those are your starting five. Kyrie.
Out of here with that shit.
Hold on. It gets worse. It gets worse.
That's all that is.
So the captain for the West is LeBron James. That makes sense. That's fine. Whatever. Nikola Jokic is the center. Cool. Luka. Cool. The last two, I disagree with.
Zion?
Curry.
He
missed
he's
a
played
chunk
like
of
15
time.
games.
He missed a
You
chunk
know
of
why
time.
he's starting?
And,
You know why he's
they
starting?
totally,
Because he's Curry.
they totally gypped out SGA. And then final one, Zion got in. Zion is freaking injured and has been out for a month. I'm sorry, you couldn't have put Lauri Markkanen or Sabonis in there?
It's
They
not
deserve
about.
You know
it's
why?
not about-
Because Markkanen and Sabonis are not the sexy names. It's the same thing. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not a sexy name like Stephen Curry. They want the star power.
I don't get turned on by
Kyrie
hearing
Irving's a
either one of
sexy
those
name. Durant's a sexy name. Joel Embiid, meh.
Joel has a ring.
Jokic got to Jokic, but he got in there, but he deserved. Jokic is averaging.
Deserving.
I think
Jokic
the only
is
thing
deserving.
he's
He's not
lacking
a sexy pick. Jokic is
the
not a
only
sexy
thing. The only thing Jokic is lacking in, he's averaging 9.9 assists per game. Other than that, he would have been
Fucking
been
slacker.
averaging a triple double.
Slacker. Here's my take on the NBA. It is the worst out of the four major
It means
sports in
nothing.
doing
It
this.
means absolutely nothing.
Right.
But it builds up your resume. It builds up your resume. There you go.
I think honestly it should be not a voting by the fans or sports writers, any of that shit. It should be the leaders in each position are the all-stars, because they are. They are. They're the top five. You put together the best lineup in the East and the best lineup in the West. That's why. I don't care who it is or whatever.
One second.
The Giants didn't show
We're
up.
still
Nobody told
worrying
them they had
about
to play.
this. It's a fucking week later. What happened to your Bills covering the spread against the Dolphins? What happened to the Vikings winning?
So-
you said
so
there's no
hold
way
on.
the Vikings. Come on, like you're picking out one freaking game.
Hey.
We're still talking about this.
Hold on. Daniel Jones is currently in the same celebrity golf tournament as Josh Allen. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But no, here's what I really want to say about the NBA. It's so notorious, and that's kind of why, like, I hate it because they don't really pick those people that what they're actually, like Zion got in because he's Zion. It's not because he was the best player at that position in his conference. That sucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that happens all across all the sports. Don't get me wrong. But the NBA is like, I think it's laughable that people actually vote on this shit. Because you think your vote matters? You actually think that somebody voted for SGA to get in? You think your vote mattered, bro? Zion's getting in. Steph Curry's getting in. Those people are getting in because you want to know why? Because they're who they are. You know what I mean? Like Steph Curry could have not played all year and been an MVP. It probably been in the All-Star game this year.
Probably.
He would have been like, all right, my first game of the year, All-Star game. Let's lace him up. That's how blatant it is, though. It's Seth Curry. Seth, are you feeling okay to play in the All-Star game? Yes, but I can't play this season for the Warriors.
It's the same freaking thing in the NHL. Because if you look at the players
for sure.
Voted in, if you look at the players that got voted in, it's the traditional ones. It's Austin Matthews.
Quick, so Austin Matthews is going to be out for the All-Star game. Who's replacing him?
You know who it should be, and I know you're not going to be happy with this. William Nylander. William Nylander should have made the All-Star game to begin with. He's playing better than Matthews and Marner.
But have they announced NHL?
Darling.
I didn't really read it.
Tim. You're not replacing a forward with a defenseman, by the way, Tim.
Oh, true.
How many Red Wings made
it's not going to be Darlene.
Alex Tuck.
It's going to be Nylander. It's going to be Nylander. But when we look at the Metro, it was Panarin instead of Natchez. Natchez deserved it better than Panarin did.
Listen, is the Red Wing Billy Husso starting in net for the All-Star team?
Nick, who's the All-Star for?
Because he's great.
Who's the All-Star for the Red Wings?
I want to say Bertuzzi. No,
not Tyler. Probably maybe Dylan Larkin, or just because again name recognition type situation, or maybe a young defenseman. I hope Mo Seider's not had the best year though, like he did last year. So maybe somebody like that.
It is Dylan Larkin.
Which he's the heart and soul of that team too. Yes, as well he should be as the captain.
I got the replacement for Austin Matthews, and once again they snubbed William Nylander. It's Alexander Barkov.
Oh, wow, that's even fucking worse.
That's worse. How the hell is Barkov? How is Barkov in the All-Star game and Nylander is not? Drives me freaking crazy. And I'm a Barkov believer.
Well, contact your commissioner at.
I'm just happy Ilya Sorokin's
I'm
happy Sorokin's an All-Star.
Tage Thompson's in there.
Tage Thompson's.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
Just want to point out this
time to go.
Mahomes era. All right, have fun. I am the fader.
Okay. Wait.
I'm on the Chiefs.
Go ahead. Hey, the neutral way. I got something for you.
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
That's just for you.
Go ahead. Here. You know what? I don't care. Go ahead and bet the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight, and then go ahead and put your money on the Minnesota Timberwolves because my best bet's the Grizzlies. There you go. Go ahead. If you're the fader, go ahead. There's where you want to put your money tonight.
Well, he doesn't fade everything you do.
As well while you're at it. Have fun.
I mean, he's not fading everything.
No, good.
He's already got the Cavs.
I already had the Thunder last night.
All right, that's it. We're gonna wrap it up. We will see you guys Monday to figure out who's in the Super Bowl. Okay, we will talk Monday Super Bowl talk. Well, not just talk. We will touch base on it. We have 2 weeks to talk about that. But till then, I'm Detroit Lenny Picks and Parlays. Nick Earl, Tim Earl. I forget it's reversed. They look alike. It's hard for me. Don't judge me. I'm old. Okay.
Judging.
Earl Sports Bets. Don't forget, check out Earl Sports Bets. 7-day package. 7-day package, only $49. You got to go to earlsportsbets.com/promo. All right. And that's going to do it for us. Canes would crush, I think. Yeah. I got you. All right, guys. Good luck, unless you're against us. Take care.